So the next item is item number 7, 2.5 centimeter thick cement concrete floor. Okay, for cement concrete floor, again when the thickness is given, so the unit of measurement will be meter square. So we'll calculate the quantities of cement concrete floor separately for the rooms and the verandas. Okay, so first of all, let us go to room number 1 and let us take a look at the drawing. What is there in the room number 1? So cement concrete flooring will be done in the inside of the rooms. So the inside to inside dimension of room number 1 is 3.5 by 4. Just like that, for room number 2 is 4 by 4. So only this inside to inside dimension is required for cement concrete floor. Okay. So room number 1 is 3.5 by 4 and room number 2 is 4 by 4. So room number 1 is 3.5 by 4 and this is the quantity. Room number 2 is, obviously number is 1. Room number 2 is 4 by 4 and this is the quantity. Now let us go to the veranda. Here in the veranda, the cement concrete floor will cover this whole area from this point to this point, from this point to this point. That means this whole area will be covered. This dotted line will not be counted. This dotted line is only provided to give you an idea to calculate the center to center length. But the dotted line represents nothing. There is no superstructure wall on the veranda. This dotted line is only there to help you to calculate the center to center length. Just we have done in the previous items. Okay, so the cement concrete floor will cover this whole area from this point to this point, from this point to this point. That means outer to outer dimension will be required for veranda, and outer to outer dimension is already been calculated in the previous items. So what is this dimension? This is 2.75, I think. 2.5 plus 0.25, 2.75, and this was I think 8.25. We have already calculated this for the previous items. You can also see. So for veranda, the outer to outer dimension was 8.25 length and 2.75 is the breadth, and this is the quantity. Okay, so these are the total quantities for cement concrete floor for the building. Now what we need to do is that we need to add the door sills. So what is that? We need to understand. So for that we will have to go back to the drawing. So this is the drawing. So we have covered this area for room number 1. We have covered this area for room number 2, and we have covered this area for the veranda. But there are 2 doors, as you can see, and the door sills for the doors are left. We have not calculated because they were inside the walls, and these areas, these 2 door sills, these 2 dark areas have not been counted. So we need to count these 2 door sills. What is the dimension? As given in the question, this is 1.2 because the size of the door is 1.2 by 2.1. 2.1 is the height and 1.2 is the breadth or length. So this is 1.2, and this is how much? Thickness of the wall 0.25. This is 1.2, and this is how much? Thickness of the wall 0.25. So 1.2 by 0.25 area has to be counted for both the doors, for both the door openings, because these 2 dark areas also have to be covered with cement concrete. Okay, so we have to count these 2 areas. Okay, so 1.2, what are the dimension? 1.2 by 0.25. So there are 2 doors, 1.2 by 0.25. This is the quantity, and we need to calculate the total quantity for item number 7.